Hi Turnip, so today I'm going to show you guys how to make the Oreo donut. The Oreo is a really good flavor, adding that it looks really decorative. I really like the texture and the flavor of this Oreo donut, so you guys have to give this recipe a try. And without further ado, let's get started on this super delicious recipe. And yeah, it looks super yummy, so you guys like that intro, you guys should definitely give this video a huge thumbs up. So right here I'm adding my dry ingredients. Right here it is the all-purpose flour. And here is the granulated sugar. And right here I'm going to clumsily add in the baking powder, and all the measurements and ingredients are already posted in the description box down below, so you guys can check it out. And just with any dry ingredients, we are going to whisk them. You guys could use a spoon, I just happen to use a whisk, and just combine it well. So I have crushed up with my hands 4 Oreo cookie shells, so I'm just going to whisk that in as well. So next part is all of our wet ingredients. We are going to add in our oil. I'm using canola oil, but you guys can use vegetable oil. I'm using whole milk, but you guys want to do a healthier choice, you guys can use almond milk, soy milk, whatever you like. And we are going to crack in an egg. And just like all of our dry ingredients, we are going to combine all of our wet ingredients first before combining the both. And with a very fine sieve, we are going to sieve the mixture. That is to just air out and evenly distribute all of the dry ingredients. It's a great way for you guys to quote unquote mix, and you guys can just really lighten up the flour, especially if your flour has been in your cabinet for a while. It's a good way to air them out. And then if you guys have any clumps, those clumps are probably from the Oreo, and that's totally fine, just whisk it in. And the key to a really nice donut is that you guys don't want to add all of the flour and dry ingredients all at once, because you guys want to evenly distribute so that it's evenly textured. I did it in thirds, so this is my second time adding in my dry ingredients and sifting it. And of course, just continue whisking until it's well combined. And as you can see, there's definitely a change in texture. It's definitely thicker, and once you feel like it's relatively combined and it cannot be combined anymore with the whisk and the sieve, that's when we are going to use our spatula and just fold them together. And this step is technically the hardest step, which is also really easy. You just try to combine ingredients. Do not fold it or overfold it too much, because it's going to get thicker and it's just going to make your donut really tough because it activates all the gluten. So we are just going to lightly combine it, and we are going to pour the batter into a piping bag. And since these are not macarons, we do not need to use a special piping tip. We are just going to pour directly from our piping bag, and we are going to pipe in a circular motions. And of course, before you guys pipe your batter, make sure that you have already sprayed your pan with a non-stick cooking spray or a non-stick baking spray. It's just so that when you guys remove the donuts, it will be so much easier. And for the simple donut glaze, I've already put in the ingredients and measurements in the description box, so you guys can check it out. This is more of a go by your gut feeling on trial and error, but you guys can definitely have a lot of confection sugar, which is white sugar, and just add in a little bit of milk at a time until you get the perfect texture and consistency that you like. For me, I really want these donuts to be very thick because I want it to be like purely white. So I'm just going to add in a little bit more confection sugar ratio to my milk. And for this step, I find it easier to use a whisk instead of a spoon, because the whisk provides more of a surface area just to mix well and combine well. If you guys have a spoon, you guys are more than welcome to use that. So after baking these donuts in a preheated 350 degrees Fahrenheit oven for 11 minutes, it came out perfectly, and I let it chill before removing them from the pan and putting them in the cooling rack. And I'm just going to take a donut and drip it into the glaze. And depending on your personal preference, you guys want a thicker glaze, you guys can let them first dry the first layer, and then before dipping them into the glaze again for the second layer. I just wanted it to be a really nice white glaze, so I just decided to do one layer, and it came out perfectly. I love the texture, love the color, and it's just absolutely amazing. And as I mentioned earlier, my glaze has a little bit more confection sugar to milk ratio, so it's a little bit drier, which is also makes it a little bit thicker. And that's also why it's important for you to add in your donut topping or decorations on top as soon as possible, so that it does not dry out too fast. Because the thicker the consistency, the faster it will dry. So just add in it whenever you get a chance. And since school started, I've made these donuts at night, and I woke up to these beautiful, amazing donuts, and you guys can see it looks really pretty and looks super yummy, so you guys have to give it a try. And I really think that these donuts are super eye-catching, and I think that having big chunks of Oreo makes it super pretty as well. So you guys want to go for aesthetics, I definitely recommend to use big chunks of Oreo cookies sprinkled on top. And since I have these wonderful and super delicious donuts, I decided that it saved me a little bit more time. So I decided to use that time to make a Totoro Latte Art, and it looks so cute, and I think it goes so well with my breakfast. It was definitely a great way to start the first day of classes, and that was yesterday. And hopefully you guys see that it's so amazing and it goes so well with coffee. So if you guys like coffee, this is the perfect combination to go. Hey Turnips, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I hope you guys enjoyed this super eye-catching and delicious recipe on how to make the Oreo donuts. If you guys love Oreo, this is definitely the donut for you. And I think that this Oreo definitely makes me happy because there's so many chunks of Oreo that how could you say no to this? And it's so delicious, so if you guys haven't done so, definitely hit that subscribe button so I can bring more sweetness to your life. And don't forget to check me out on Instagram, where I usually post a lot of updates and previews of my next baking projects. So I'll see you guys next time.